moving around my environment, which I know I don't usually do, but I promise this is important. Have you heard mysterious noises? No, you didn't. Sorry, I'll look at you in just a second. Just drink some water first. Okay, alright. CNR Pro, hi! Congratulations on not being dead, wow! That is impressive for sure. Definitely for sure impressive. Okay, well I start talking much earlier than I normally do because of that whole, you know, moving around my environment thing. So, hi! What have you done while away? What have I done? Well, I can tell you what I'm doing in my hardcore world, and that is, building a giant copper cube. Oh, well, I was like, okay, yeah, I was like, have I been away? I was away a little bit ago. Yeah, mostly I've been playing a lot of hardcore. I've been doing some portal chambers on like Thursdays and Fridays. I started playing Ace Attorney. I did that with Chad Cat a little bit ago, and that was a lot of fun. So I think we're gonna have Chad Cat back at some point to play more Ace Attorney. But we'll see. But yeah, at the moment, I'm building a giant copper cube, which is fun and cool and exciting, and I don't know why I'm doing that. What happened to my statue? Just wondering. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I actually have, like, the skill to make this statue, or, like, the build space. I'm not good at statues in general, and I don't know, just I've even like changed the purchase a property reward because building other things, like building things that people request, like for some reason just was not working for my brain. So I still have that reward like in the queue. I could reject it and send those channel points back to you if you like, because I just don't think that it's happening. You know, it was a fun idea to build things that people request, but now the reward is to claim something that I've already built because I just, you know, that's just a thing for my brain. Here, I'm going to take another drink of water. Ray, oh my gosh, hi! Hi, hello, hi! The long time no see, how you doing? How you been? Hope you're doing alright. Hope you're doing cool things and enjoying your life and having good times. I'm building a giant cube of copper. Is what I'm doing. That's what I'm up to. And there goes intro music telling you that it's time to get started. I think I did not do any of my normal intro there. So, in case anyone doesn't know, hi, my name is Quimby. Today we're going to be playing in my hardcore world. Gotta go now. Oh, bye, CNR. See ya. Doing really cool. I'm not going to be able to stay for long though. That's totally fine and alright. And that's just 118 soundtrack. The 118 soundtrack just lives in my brain rent-free. It'll take it a second to get going, but I promise it's good. Okay, gonna change the scene in 3, 2, 1, and pop! Ta-da! I built the framework for a giant copper cube. Yeah, no, Ray, whatever you need to do, if you gotta get going, that is totally fine and alright. I'm not going to police you on that. I am going to excavate some sand because I need to raise the level of the desert to be underneath the cube so that there's nothing like, you know, sticking out or causing mobs to spawn under it or anything. But yeah, I got in the frame for my giant copper cube yesterday. This is going to be so much copper, over 2 million individual copper ingots. I definitely don't have the supplies to finish it right now, but I definitely have the supplies to start it. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. And so I'm lowering the level here, and I'm going to be raising the level elsewhere. It's going to be a lot of copper. Yeah, I'm not planning on doing it all now. Like, I mean, I'll probably go mine some copper today once I finish doing this and, you know, placing the blocks I have left just for, like, you know, just getting it started purposes, but this is going to be a long-term project. This is going to be a, what do I want to do right now? Oh, I know, I've picked up a lot of copper while I was mining. Let's just go place more in the giant copper cube. So, I feel like I gotta name the giant copper cube at some point. I feel like it needs to become an entity of some sort. Some sort of malicious force in the universe, maybe, that is actively stealing my brain thoughts. Making it was an entirely impulsive decision that I was just like, you know, I've got a lot of copper. What do I want to do with all this copper? Oh, I know. I'm going to make a cube. And that's how that happened. So, good times all around, I would say. You know, ultimately a great experience for all. But, yeah. This is going to be a lot of copper. I think it's going to be especially fun to watch how it oxidizes. Especially with, like, the areas that I placed new copper in and stuff. That's going to be exciting, because it's going to be a lot of copper and it's going to be next to itself, so that's going to affect the rate of oxidization. Which is interesting, fun, good times. Hi! Hi, Caddy! Or is it Katie? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I can't remember. But hello, I'm doing well, but I've also I've also committed myself to building this giant cube of copper at some point. I'm not gonna do all of it like today. I don't think I even could do all of it today. Placing this many blocks is kind of insane. But this is the framework, and this entire thing is gonna get filled with copper eventually. So, yeah. Oh, also, I do still love that emote. Like, it's just so precious. Just a little dinosaur friend. Katie, don't worry about it. Okay. Hot take, I actually would like to worry about it because I want to make sure that I'm pronouncing your name right, but, you know, I won't, like, stress about it. So I'll worry about it, but it's not going to be like a, oh no, I've broken the law and I'm going to go to jail sort of thing. Yeah, big copper block. Okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah, big copper block moment. It's, this was an impulse decision yesterday. I was just looking at the massive amounts of copper that I have and was like, I should do something with that. Oh, I know. And this is a long-term thing. This is going to be if I have nothing to do, then I can just go ahead and, you know, take some time and place some copper sort of thing. But eventually, yeah, this whole thing is going to get filled in. Okay, I still have a few more stacks of copper blocks. I think I'm going to get started on getting, like, the ground floor done, and then I'm going to get 2 walls done, and then after that I'm going to build out in, like, sort of a triangle shape from the corner. I don't mind Katie or Caddy. A lot of people call me different things. Okay. As long as you're chill and comfortable with what you're being called, that's the important thing. This does require... Okay, I'm raising the level of the desert underneath where the cube is going to be so that nothing can spawn underneath it. It is going to require a lot of sand, but that's fine. That's chill. That's just how it goes sometimes. You just gotta have lots of sand. When I run out of sand from the sections that I had to lower the level of, I actually need to lower some sections on the outside of where the cube is going to be so that the entire cube is visible. It is almost nighttime, but not quite yet. Indeed. Yes. Indeed. Yes, quite. Yes, of course. Yes, quite. I hope all the rabbits get the memo and scooch out of the copper cube area. You know, I just hope that they have a little bit of common sense with that. Probably gonna get some dinner and lurk. Oh, sounds good. Good. Have fun with dinner and lurk. It's like dinner and a show, except dinner and a lurk. But yes, have fun. I'm just gonna be here questioning my life decisions. Because again, this is a long-term thing, but I do want to put a decent effort into it today to, you know, just get started on some things. Oh boy. This is really one of the decisions that I've made ever in my life. One of the choices that has happened. Here, let's try and retexture this area so that it looks more natural. I'm not great at landscaping, so this is probably gonna still look weird once I'm done, but the important thing is the effort. The important thing is that we try. I actually think I'd like to scooch this section like way back a bit so that it's not just a straight line of block. You know, so that it looks like this sort of just naturally curves around. Again, not good at landscaping, so this definitely isn't going to look natural, but I can pretend that it's natural in my heart. Okay, I want to get back to it, but for the moment, that's a decent amount of sand to get going with. What am I doing with my life? What is this choice that I have made? It's not that bad. Like, at the very least, all the sand laying. This is like basic stuff. This is fine. One of the reasons I decided to make the copper cube here in particular was because then I can just look at the pretty badlands while I'm doing it. I can just look over and be like, wow. Wow, so pretty. Starman, hi! The copper cube, yes. The copper cube rises. Well, not right now. Right now, the land underneath the copper cube rises. Sorry for go. It was a good day, night, afternoon. Oh, bye, Ray. Thanks for stopping in. It was good to see you again. May you have good luck in your endeavors. And enjoy the rest of your day. I don't know why I said that so ceremoniously, but, you know, I still wish that for you. But yeah, the copper cube will start rising eventually. I just need, like, the land underneath the copper cube to rise first. Ta-da! Sand. Again, this is the real Minecraft gameplay here. Always the cube, always the cube. It's about the cube. This is the Minecraft experience, is the cube. You gotta respect the cube. You should make a gold cube? Maybe. I think if I were to do that, I'd want to set up a gold farm because gold doesn't naturally occur as much as copper. So yeah, maybe if I someday make a gold farm and then just have a ridiculous amount of gold on hand, then I could make a gold cube too. Maybe if I just spend enough time on this world, eventually I will have enough. Maybe I'll just make a cube out of every precious resource eventually, you know? I get like a gold farm and an iron farm and I go mining for insane amounts of diamonds and I just make cubes of all of them. I just make the cubes. We'll see. That's for, I think, that's for future Quimby to worry about. Pigman farm? Yes, pigman farm for gold. Because those pigmen, they're surely hiding it from me. Like I know they've got the gold somewhere, but they're hiding it from me. So I need to extort it from them by use of by the use of mechanization. It'll be great. At some point I might go back to my base and build a bee farm because I did learn how to build a bee farm yesterday. I've been meaning to do it for a while and I finally just sucked it up and learned. Okay. Again, this landscape isn't gonna look natural, but it's surely gonna look, so. There we are. You can barely even tell that I just dug this place out because it used to touch the copper cube, right? That's good. Western side of the pigmen. We're like asset seizure, I would say. I'm seizing the assets. So, because that's important, you know, you gotta have the assets. Yes, I am clearing the ground around the copper cube, A, because I need sand, and B, because I want the copper cube to be entirely visible. I want my mistakes to be on full display. I want everyone to be able to see every single piece of this thing that's going to absolutely wreck my sanity. Okay, that's probably enough sand to do a little bit more placing. This is why I followed. I'm glad. My particular brand of kind of wholesome chaotic, I would say, is my style. With a heavy dose of in-game capitalism. It's yeah, I'm glad you enjoy it. It's certainly one of the ways to be. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know why I'm like this, but I'm glad it's entertaining. I'm glad you like it. For the good murder advice? Yeah. For the good murder advice. Gosh, I'm just glad that we're past the days of when I would keep making child labor jokes every few minutes. That was rather early in my career, and listen, it was funny. It was certainly funny, but like, I just couldn't stop. I just couldn't stop making child labor jokes, and I feel bad because it's a serious subject, but like, child labor. Oof, that was one of the times ever. That was one of the times to exist. That was me now. Yeah. It's just the way it is sometimes. Sometimes you just joke about child labor and it's fine because it's definitely not real. Definitely no actual child labor is happening here. For sure. For sure not. I would never, clearly, haha. Okay, I need more sand. I don't know what I'll do when, like, I run out of sections to landscape around the cube. Probably cry and scream and wail and gnash my teeth and just generally not have a good time, I think is my plan there. I could just take the desert around me for some sand, because, you know, it doesn't need to look natural, really, but I don't know. Let's just get blocks for now. I could also use sandstone to raise the level of the desert, but I don't know, I kind of feel like I want to preserve the sandstone in case I want to use it for a project or something. Okay. Let's just... Oh my gosh, why is there sand mixed in with the sandstone? That's so wrong. Do they not know that that will impact me personally? Do they not know that that will have an effect on my life? Yikes. Look, now I've got over a stack of sandstone. What do they think they're doing around here? Come on. Come on, I got things to do. I got places to be. I got sand to fill in. You think I got space for sandstone? Yikes. The nerve. What do you gotta do to get some good service around here? By service, I mean not having sandstone. Okay, so it's not that I necessarily have anything super bad against sandstone. I just think it's a dumb block. I just think it's silly and dumb and it doesn't deserve a lot of respect. It's cut, like when it's cut and stuff, I guess maybe it could deserve respect. But just in its natural form, it breaks easily. It doesn't even look that cool. It probably like has broken several laws. I just don't know why we put up with it, because this is wrong and incorrect and impacts me personally. Like, look at that. Look at how wrong that was. Look how easily it breaks. That's just, it's just incorrect. I need more sand, though. We're officially at the point where I need more sand. About how much more sand do I think I need? probably like at least 10 stacks of blocks, I would say. At least. There's this long section, and that might take up like a stack unto itself. So I mean, the simple answer is just as much as I can get, probably. Sandstone exists. Quimby. And I took that personally. Hi, Mr. Malouk. I'm glad you understand my relationship with sandstone. Or rather, the lack thereof. It's just incorrect. And wrong. And bad. And needs to be stopped. It just needs to be stopped. I could... Okay, I'm now at the point where I need more sand. I could just go over, like, there and dig some sand. Because I don't want to use sandstone because as much as I hate it, if I need it for literally any building project later, then it's going to be a pain to collect again. See, that's the problem, is I don't want to care about it, but it makes me care about it because it's inconvenient otherwise, and that is just dastardly. I hate that. I hate that I have to care about it. Anyway. Yo, there's a village over here? Have I been to this village? Yo, there's a ravine over here. Cool. Love that. Pog, 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 pog. Burn it in a furnace. I may just. I may just. Also, look at how this mesa is being impacted by the desert. That's kind of funny. It's sort of being silly right now. That's a silly little spot. Okay, so there's hay bales here, which makes me think I haven't been here. Interesting. I don't think I'll find anything particularly useful here. But, like, I could definitely look. I could definitely check it out. I think smooth sandstone looks nice. Yeah, smooth sandstone is alright. Smooth sandstone, like, I don't know, gets a free pass. But regular sandstone, just not fan. Ooh, look at these islands. I could dig these down. Can you see the copper cube from here? No, you cannot. Okay, but I can dig these islands down to be so that they are 1 block tall and therefore a cool flat space. And then I can have sand. It's brilliant. Yo, sea pickles. I kind of want to pick one up. Maybe not right now because I need inventory for sand. But before I leave, maybe, because I don't know, the sea pickles are a good thing to have. Alright, let's decimate this island, I guess. Get decimated. Get broken down into your simplest form. Get absolutely got. Yeah, I feel less bad destroying like little random desert islands in the ocean than I do a random desert for some reason. I'm probably just soft for deserts because they are like the first biome that I spent like a ton of time in, but that's a weakness. That's something that could be exploited. That's something that someone could use against me. No, I don't know that I care about it that much. Coral reefs are always weird because I always think I see something like a structure and then it's just a weirdly shaped piece of coral. And I think that that's just so wrong. I should clearly be able to see what it is at all times. Doop, 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 doop. Chat, what am I doing with my life? Why am I picking up sand to fill in the area underneath where I'm building a giant cube of copper? What am I doing? How did it come to this? Like, if you asked me to trace the line of thoughts that brought me here, I could not tell you what they were. Honest to goodness, no clue. 2, 3, 4. Okay, that fills up my inventory, and let's just zoom back. No, I want to have the fireworks. Whee! Let's see when the frame will come to view. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Someday that's going to be more than a frame. That's going to be a whole entire cube. Oh boy. Again, I'm I'm making decisions. I am making choices. I'm encountering things in my life. Okay, I am going to drop off all of the sandstone. Because, you know, if it's gonna be sticking around, then it needs to have a spot. Aw, I was doing so well on the elytra skips. Okay, and it's just gonna go in the box with all this copper. Because why wouldn't it go in the box with the copper? That is a good spot for it. Sand time! Sand time! Sand time! I think 10 stacks was actually a bit of an underestimate. I always have a tendency to underestimate how many blocks I need for things, and I think I'm definitely running into that here. Probably at least 15 stacks is my current estimate. Because one stack really does not go very far. Like, here, let's just fill in this entire line. This is I think the longest line that I have left. And let's just see how much it takes. Woo! Almost a full stack. Love that. And then there's a few more of similar length. Great. No. I'm gonna be honest, chat. Once I like fill this in and get some other copper in, I do think that I want to go and get some more copper. Because I'm just feeling the vibes at the moment. Like, sure, I could work on something important like buildings or farms. I mentioned I finally like looked up how to build a bee farm, which would probably be something useful and important and good for me to do. But I think instead I will actually spend a ton of time working on this giant block of copper. That sounds like a good choice. Chat. I do like the idea of building blocks of every precious resource. So like blocks of diamond, blocks of gold, blocks of iron. I definitely need to figure out more farms and stuff and do more work, especially for like the diamond farm. Diamond block, but just as a long-term project, if the whole thing works out with this copper cube, then I'm thinking about doing more cubes. Because the cubes are fun. Whee! Sand time! Sand time! Sand time best time! Woo 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 woo! Sand! We love sand! We love sand! We love sand! Me, when I love sand. Wow, look at it go. I love that. Okay, so filling things in with sand is legitimately like part of the quintessential Minecraft experience, right? You know, everyone does it. When you fill in an ocean monument, when you like fill in like a lava area, just like everyone does stuff with filling in sand. But I'm not even going to be keeping this sand. The sand is going to be used as the base for this copper cube. It'll never be seen, it'll never be used again. It's just gonna be there. And that's all I wanted to say about that. Just another one of those fun little questioning my life choices moments. Cause, haha, what am I doing? Haha, why am I doing this? Haha, what's the purpose? Haha. And yeah. Anyways, look at all the sand go. I think I'm getting close to full up. And then, okay, one more stack. One more stack. Chat, I want a conversation topic. I want something to talk about while I do this work, so that I'm not just constantly lamenting my choices. What should I talk about? What if we talk about... Gosh, should we talk about the chat reporting system? I haven't really talked about the chat reporting system, and I don't have a ton to say on it, so this is going to be a short short-lived conversation topic. But, it's kind of weird, Chimp, I think. Kind of, I don't know. So I do play on a server that is, like, in 119, and as far as I can tell, chat reporting has been disabled on that server. So I'm glad to know that there's some workarounds on it. But, I don't know, it just still feels weird to me that they can't just let the game regulate itself. I understand that they're concerned about people abusing the game to have power over others, and that is some fair concerns. But, I don't know, just the way it's been presented and implemented just doesn't give me a lot of confidence in them. And I think that this actually goes back to a lot of conversations we had about, like, things with 119, where it just feels like Microsoft feels like the players are it just doesn't trust the players, I think, is the vibes I continuously get. Because all of the communication that Microsoft has had, like, it just a lot of it feels very condescending. Like, I don't know, we all remember the whole, like, concept art isn't promises thing. Like, and then just the way that the chat reporting system is implemented, and it feels like they never really had good conversations with the community about it. It does not breed a lot of good trust between the players and the company, is, I think, just the feelings I've gotten about that. I had a moment, like, at my work recently where, Alpha, hey. You're just using the same strategy the founding fathers used to build the USA, but you're just using pigment instead. I'm not really comfortable with that line of talking. Like, I understand that we have a lot of fun here with, like, joking about capitalism tendencies and stuff, but, I don't like talking about, genocide in a way that is humorous. I don't think that is an appropriate thing to do. But hi, Alpha. Oui. Yes, quite. But, so yeah, I mean, yes, I go up on, like, little funny capitalist rants and stuff. But I will say that underneath it all, like, the only reason that I do that is because I can justify it as it's Minecraft and these are not real people or anything, but I don't know, comparing it to real life events feels weird. I don't blame Microsoft. Yeah, I've been saying Microsoft because it is the parent company at the moment. So, so whatever Mojang does, it is part of the parent company. But I don't know. I don't necessarily mind some of the changes and things they do. I just wish that they talked about it in a better way to us. In the middle of a birthday. Your birthday or someone else's birthday? Because I guess happy birthday to whoever is either way, but happy birthday, ba. So I don't know, just the way that conversations happen about the topics is the most important thing to me. Where I don't think a chat reporting system would necessarily be bad if there was, like, maybe just an open dialogue between the company and the players aspect, where players could ask questions and feel like their concerns are being listened to and being taken seriously. And just, again, that whole, like, not trusting the players or things. 3 birthdays in one. My sister and my cousin. Congratulations on 3 birthdays. But yes, frogs. Frogs time. Okay. Alright. Frogs are brought to you today by Alpha and Frogs. Look at them go! Frogs! Woo! Frogs! Wait, no, I want more frogs. I want more frogs. Give me more frogs, please. Yeah! Woo! Sorry, I got distracted looking at the frogs and I forgot to like have any reaction to them because I was like, wow. Okay, one more round of frogs. One more round of frogs. One more round of frogs. Look at him go. I just like them. Okay, thanks for the frog, Zappa. I appreciate it. Frogs are very cool and definitely a good little interlude between game and things. Yeah, I was actually thinking back to like something that happened at work recently where we had someone come and like talk to us and they just weren't like professional or nice about it and basically insinuated that we were all just like being whiny children kind of about something that was important and actually has like big consequences and things, and it's just never fun to feel like someone doesn't trust you and like kind of actively looks down on your opinion. And that's why I feel like is happening with the chat recording system thing. One round of frog. One more? Okay, one more. I won't bring the text back up on the screen, but one more. One more. There, okay, we did one more, because frogs are important. I just hate it when someone in higher ranks treats everyone else like babies. Yeah. And I don't know, that's just what I feel like is happening with the implementation of the chat reporting system. Because I think that their concerns are fair and valid about like wanting to protect players, but just at the same time, the way that they're treating players and talking about them and like, you know, not making people feel heard and listened to, or like that their concerns are valid. Just again, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't look good. Oh, I forgot about that other section. I'm going to need more sand than what I have. Go go bowling with my friends. Ooh, nice. Enjoy the bowling. Thanks for stopping around. But yes, good luck. Have a good day. Bowling is fun. I'm not good at bowling, but I like bowling a lot because I feel like that's the general vibe. Like, I feel like most people aren't actually good at bowling. We just like it because it's fun to yeet heavy bowling balls at things and knock them over. I have again drastically underestimated the amount of sand that I need. Which is cool, which is cool. Everything's taken away for a good reason. With bowling? Hold on, sorry, I'm just... What? I'm trying to think of a moment in bowling when things are taken away. This one guy at work doesn't listen to HR and always does stuff last minute and then complains to management when he doesn't get his way even though he didn't last minute. Oof. With the chat. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't think that it's necessarily a 100% bad thing. I just think that it could have been introduced and talked about in a more kind way. Like, it just... I think that there would be less resistance to the idea if it felt like the company was doing it in a way that was listening to the concerns of the community. Because again, they do have valid points. It's important to protect players, especially like younger players, but at the same time, like Minecraft is a game for a lot of people, and if they don't feel like their concerns are being listened to, then it just leaves them feeling very, like, I don't know, helpless and unheard. Sometimes that's happened, probably. I mean, again, I don't think that the feature itself is necessarily bad. I just think that the way that like Mojang and the people in charge have been like treating the issue isn't kind to the players, and I would appreciate if they were a little more I don't know, interactive with the community on that, and we're just treating treating the players a little more fairly. At least the boss is good. We get smoothies. I do like smoothies. I'm glad that your boss is good. Some protection for children, that's understandable. Again, I'm not opposed to the system. I'm not opposed to the system. I just have issues with how it's introduced, how it's been introduced, and like the way it's been implemented. Because it just feels a bit strange in many cases. Just like the lack of an open dialogue and being able to like have people have their concerns heard and answered. Sand moment. Me when digging sand. I love digging sand. You're just sitting here like, wow, I love sand. Alright. And let's head back to Le Cube. Le Cube. Le Cube. Look at this giant... Oh boy. I mean, at least I'm finally building something large scale, you know? It's not real generation, it's like to buy a fake image of a crumbling city. I mean, Gen Z is like the... but it's like literally generation though. Like, literally defined as a generation. It's just... I'm not quite sure your point here because, like, it is a real generation. It's not like something that someone made up. It's like, you know, you've got like Gen X, Y, etc. and Gen Z. Like, huh? I'm confused because it is lost track of time. It's been a long day. Oh. And thought, I see. Okay, I sleep, and then tomorrow I place more sand, and then I place some copper, because I think this is actually the last sand that I need to place. Look at that sand go. Look at that sand getting placed. 1361. Wait. Do you mean 51? Okay. Wait. That's not how time works. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold up. That's not how time works. That's not how time works. Time works different. Time is no time rolls over at 60 because of the like Babylonian system of measurements. That's not true. That's impossible. Okay. Alright. I'm just gonna drop the sand off here, and then I think it's time to grab some copper and start filling in some spaces here. Time is an illusion that helps things make sense. Oh, wait. Time is an illusion that helps things make sense. The song's too long for me. So we're always living in the present tense. It can seem something when a good thing ends. It can seem, what's the word there? When a good thing ends, but you and I will always be best. We'll always be back then. The song is too low for me. This song is way too low for me. So I'm gonna do that thing where I do silly little patterns to fill things in because I like doing silly little patterns. It seems unforgiving when a good thing ends. This song is too low. There we are, that's the lyric. I'm just gonna fill it in like this, you know? This is just how it gets filled in. Ta-da! So the plan, chat, is to do the entire ground floor and then 2 entire walls and then build the corners. Have you ever heard of King by Lorna Kila? I don't think I have. I do not think that is something that I'm familiar with. So I think this will let me get another section of this perimeter done. And then maybe a little bit extra after that, which I'm going to need to figure out where I want to place that. But after that, I'm going to need to go for more copper. Which I do think I want to go for more copper, you know. Sure, there's other things I could do, but I'm kind of stuck on the copper at the moment. It's pretty good, would recommend. Cool, I can definitely try to remember to look that up. I'm bad at remembering to look things up. I can definitely try. Look at this big old cube. This thing is gonna be ginormous. This thing is gonna be so large. I love how this section just sort of abruptly cuts off. Oh, chat, I've made one of the decisions. I've made one of the decisions that I will ever make. So that's fun. That's cool, pog, interesting, neat, exciting, for sure. One of the, yep, Okay. You can already tell, like, just how, and I think it's fun how each successive, like, inside square is just so much smaller than the previous ones. Like, it only cuts off a little bit at a time, but not just when you're working with stacks, it's pretty obvious. Okay, I've got 53 more copper. Imagine going through the desert and then just seeing this. Yeah. That would certainly be an experience to have, to just go through the desert and see this. I think next we're gonna cross the X's again. I'm gonna need, like, a lot more copper for that, but we'll just get what I can right now, and then do more on it later. Oh boy. Will this get me to the other side? It might actually. Oh, not quite, not quite, not quite. Just a few blocks off. Okay, well, I think that puts into scale just how big this thing is gonna be, that I had, like, a ridiculous amount of copper before starting this, and it didn't even make a significant dent on what this is gonna be in the plus minus equals subdition. Interesting. Interesting for sure. Subdition. So that sounds a little bit like I don't know, a crime. I don't know why it sounds like a crime to me, but that sounds like a crime to me. Alright, chat, let's head back to my village and then get some more copper. I know I have some... I have a bit more in my boxes that needs to get smelted, but I think that probably the best thing to do would be to jump to all the places where I've not been collecting copper and just actually collect it. So that's gonna be the plan. I should have taken the coordinates of that down. I know it's at like 3,240 something. Maybe I will just maybe I'll just lose my giant copper block, you know? A little bit drunk pea. Ah. That does kind of look like a drunk pea. I like that symbol. It's just vibing. It's just having a time. One of the times ever. It's experiencing. Is that a ruined portal? That's a ruined portal. Have I been to this ruined portal? I don't think I've been to this ruined portal. Let's see what it's got for me. Doop, 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 doop. Yeah, that there is a gold block. So let's just... doop. And then come over here and... doop, doop, doop. Oh well, this is awkward. Hold up. Cool. Cool, okay. That probably would have been the easier way to go in the first place, but who cares about that? Who cares about that? I got 2 obsidian and a gold block and a block of gold from that. 3 obsidian. And 30 iron nuggets. Not bad, not bad. A pretty good haul if I do say so myself. I do like the method of using breaking the chests as a way to tell where you've already been. Whee! I'm pretty sure I was going this way. I'm pretty sure I was going this way. Table? Yep, that does look like a table for sure. Presenting an intro though. Interesting. Interesting. That's one of the symbols. One of the symbols that surely exist. Let's listen to more of the Stardew Valley soundtrack. The Stardew Valley soundtrack just has vibes. Like, I don't know why I keep coming back to it, but it just has vibes. It just feels one of the ways. Okay, I'm seeing snow. That's good. That's good. That means we're on our way back. Cross Jesus, nice. Wow, look at all of this snow. You would never guess that beyond the snow are a ton of warm biomes. This is such a fun view, though. I need to make more rockets. That's a problem because I'm starting to run out of gunpowder. I should probably build myself a creeper farm at some point, or like spend some time killing creepers, because I am very rapidly running out of good gunpowder for rockets. I just fly places nowadays, you know? And that requires rockets, and that requires gunpowder. Which is a big rip for me personally. Let's just get through the snow. And there we are. I believe my village is over this way. Oh, it's getting dark. I'm tempted to not sleep so that I can fight some creepers. Whee! Alright. I should also light this area up at some point. I kind of want to go fight some creepers. You know, just for funsies. For fun and for profit. Okay. How many arrows do I have? 18. Alright, that's not a ton, but it's enough that I could, you know, I could do some things with that. I could fight some creepers. I want to be able to have my sword in hand so that I can get the looting effect. But that does mean It does mean I have to be careful not to engage too close because I don't have a shield. Let's just hop around this area a little bit. If I can just get some gunpowder, I think I will be happy. I'm gonna get got by that spider that was following me. Okay. We go to get the gunpowder. Okay, there we go. That's some gunpowder. That is an amount of gunpowder for sure. Okay, then let's see if I can lose my tail. Okay, they're all coming this way. So I just scooch around and hopefully I'll be able to get into my house before they follow me and I'll be able to sleep. Alright, good times, good times, good times. I surely enjoyed that greatly. Whew! And we sleep. And we sleep. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. Eat some steak. And I should probably head back up again to deal with the consequences of my actions. Oh, there goes another pigman. I should secure my portal better. Hold up. Alright. Oh, there's some gunpowder. Don't mind if I do. I bet I could take on this creeper. Whoop. Not like that, though. Ah. Well, I just didn't get away fast enough. It's fine, though, because that didn't cause too much damage. It's fine. Any other creepers in the area? No, they probably all despawned by now, huh? But at least I've got 10 gunpowder, which will make 30 rockets, which is a decent amount of rockets to make. So, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. It's totally fine. It's definitely okay. Also had to fight that spider because yes. Okay, well, welcome back home. Welcome home, welcome home. Let's put some things away. Cactus technically goes in the house, but like in my temporary housing, but oh well. And good enough for now. Let's go trade some melons for emeralds to get some XP. Whee! 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 Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. Thank you kindly. And thank you kindly. And, as always, thank you kindly. And we go to collect the XP. Okay. XP been done got. Gosh, the vines are doing that thing again where they do the thing that I don't want them to do. And let's just take a look. In a book, reading rainbow. Okay. Okay. Melon. And emerald. And I need to drink some water. It's water time. Water. Okay. And what else? I need to pick up more arrows. Which, honestly, I should go down to the skeleton farm anyway, because there's a ton of copper that hasn't been smelted there, that like I haven't picked up there. Doop. Okay, I'm going to absolutely destroy my coal blocks. You always think you have enough coal. And then next thing you know, you used up too much of it. Okay. This song is kind of spooky. This is a bit of a spooky tune, as it were. Oof. Rip to my coal supplies. I should probably make myself a lava generator so that I can use buckets of lava instead. That'd probably be a good thing to do, wouldn't it? That would probably be a good thing to do. Okay. Could I make a lava generator just like right back in this space, or maybe along one of these walls? I don't know. For now, I've got a decent amount of blocks of coal, so I'm alright just working with that. But future Quimby is probably going to want to look into that. Let's make some more rockets with this gunpowder that I have. So now I've got more rockets. I just need more gunpowder. I just need more gunpowder. And then, while I'm thinking about it, first of all, I do have some coal that can get blocked. Hashtag block that coal. Let's jump down to my skeleton spawner and both pick up some more arrows and also pick up some more copper. This is a good journey. Good journey. Yep, one of the journeys ever. I could probably make this faster with my elytra, but it does feel like kind of waste because it is so close. I just need to make it down to here. Doop, 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 doop. Ta-da! The entrance to my skeleton spawner area. We made it! Woo, 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 woo! Oh, there's more coal right here? Hold up. Hold up. Hold the phone. Hold that phone right there, folks. Sorry, just constantly in need of coal. You know how it goes. And I should probably leave a torch here, huh? This is probably not the safest path that I have ever made. This is certainly not the safest path I've ever made. This could go so incredibly wrong someday. But see how much copper there is around here. Isn't that nice? There's so much copper that I haven't mined because I didn't have a purpose for it, but now I do. Okay, but first let's also just make sure to grab some more arrows. I should probably grab like 3 stacks and then and then have extras. I can just deal with not having as much copper space. You know, once you start blocking that copper, it's not going to be a huge deal. Sorry, skeletons, not here for you today. Your sacrifice is going to be in vain. Well, I don't know, maybe I'll jump in every once in a while and smack them. Just for, you know, just for old time's sake. Oh no, I'm trapped. Oh no, I'm trapped. Oh no, I'm trapped. Oh no. Oh no, I'm trapped. That was so sad, I was trapped. That was so sad. I can't believe I've been trapped like that. Oh my gosh. I can't believe how easy it was to just simply trap me. That was so unfortunate. It was so unfortunate and sad, and oh my gosh. Doop, 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 doop. Oh, and time to block my copper. Block a raw copper. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Cool. See, that's already going to be another stack of blocks of copper. So, we stay winning. Because I need so much copper. I know I said I wouldn't, like, intentionally focus on this, but, you know, I just sort of want to. I just sort of want to get a ton of copper. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. Just, you know, this was a fun little impulse project anyway. So I may as well be fun and impulsive about it. Besides, I have been meaning to mine out this area for a hot second. Every time I come down here, I'm always like, man, I'll pick up that copper someday, and then I never do. And now now I will. Yeesh. There's so much copper in this world. Oh my gosh, there's even more like on the ceilings. I don't know why I have this dirt block here with a torch on it, but it's now a floating dirt block with a torch on it. Block that copper. Okay. Again, if there's any resource that I will be able to make a block of blocks with, it's copper. Ah! I've fallen down. Help, I've fallen and I can't get up. I'll get the ceiling copper later. I want to focus on the floor copper because it's more easily accessible and it takes less effort, and putting effort into things sounds kind of yeah. All right. It just nests so much. There's just ah! Hold up. Boop, okay. Let's mine all this, and then I will pull out my crafting table, and I shall block it all. Why was I typing block instead of copper? Boop. Yep. Good enough for now. Oh no, I've been trapped. Oh no, I'm trapped. Alright. Okay, there's more copper. Is that darkness in my area? How dare I leave it being dark anywhere? That's just so simply wrong. I can't believe that I did that. I love that I've like limited my inventory space by picking up all of my like extra arrows. And you know, I should probably just put them away in my equipment box now that I think about it. That would probably just make sense so that I can have extra arrows on the fly. That's a good plan. Good thoughts, Quimby. Good thoughts. And there, okay. See, there's more copper. There's always more copper here. Tasty. I'm gonna lick it. I'm going to smell all this and I'm going to lick it. You know, the fun fact about that is that that's actually not necessarily a joke. If I could lick copper, I surely would. It's got an interesting flavor. And I want my Minecraft self to be able to understand that. I want my Minecraft self to understand the flavor of copper. When will Minecraft get tasting mechanics? When will I be able to lick copper and understand the flavor? Understand just how interesting the flavor is. Oh boy, that's a lot of copper in my inventory. Oh, there's some more. Minecraft should really just have taste mechanics. I have no clue how that would work, but I think they should just do it for me. I think that they should just have it. Okay, I should probably block this copper. The copper has been blocked. I'll pick up my crafting table in a sec. I want to see if this if this amount of copper will make me need to block again. Because this is a lot of copper. This is a pretty big vein. Oh, why is this my life now? It's just, you know, it's just a way to be. I should also probably start putting my blocks of raw copper away. Those are also taking up some pretty valuable inventory space. AKA inventory space I could be using to hold more copper. Like, look at that. That's like 5 whole inventory slots that could be holding raw copper. I don't think this will be enough to make me need to block again, but yeah. Let's go pick up my crafting table. I kinda want to ender chest it, but at the same time, I feel like maybe I should just leave soon. I don't know. I don't know. Let's check out on the other side of my spawner. Just see what we've got over here. Okay, so there's automatically some more resources. It's also high up though, and we know how I feel about high up resources. I did not remember that there was all of this space here. Oh my gosh. I think I just lit it up enough that I would be safe in my area, but there's so much more to this. Okay, okay, let's just quick, let's just take a look around, make sure everything is gonna be safe here. This is a big cave. This is a larger cave than I remembered it being. This is a large cave. Which is, on one hand, is good because that means it's more copper. But on the other hand, that's a large cave that I left largely unlit. And that's almost certainly a mistake. I'll block my coal in a second. Maybe I'll block it once I block all of my copper. Because we are surely getting to the point when it's time to block the copper. Maybe we block the coal once I don't have enough space for coal. I've got all sorts of options in this circumstance. Oh my gosh, it just keeps going. It just keeps going. Oh, okay. Okay, alright. This is officially a mining trip. It's officially become a mining trip. Let's just dig up over to here. Boop, okay. There was more. Not a lot, but there was more. Okay. 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 I did say that I needed more coal. And I think that is officially time to block. Okay, if this is turning into a mining trip, I'm definitely going to ender chest my blocks of copper. block of coal, and block of raw copper. Okay. Alright. Let's put it in this box. This box can be versatile and hold many things. I really need to remember to empty out my boxes as I go. Oh, this is so close to, being put away, but it's not quite there. That's fine. That's fine. I'll do it later. Boop. Okay, that's just a little area. It's got some coal in it. Because I would say, man, I shouldn't be mining coal, but at the same time, if I'm using coal as my primary smelting material, and I'm getting a ton of blocks to smelt, it makes sense to also be collecting fuel. Okay, I should not collect resources before lighting up far enough that I'm safe. Okay, that's good enough there for now. And good enough for now. Okay. It is copper collection time. My inventory is freshly kind of cleaned out. I've got my eyes set on the prize. And yes, this copper is high up, but now that this is officially a mining trip, it suddenly becomes mentally easier to do that. Like, I know what it is, but as soon as I'm like, yeah, this is a mining trip, putting effort into picking things up becomes a lot easier. This is a lot of copper, which is good, because again, I need a lot of copper, but it still just sometimes surprises me how prevalent copper is in, like, 118 and later, because it was so rare in 117. Like, I remember putting in a lot of effort to find copper in 117. I remember being like, man, I gotta get that copper. And now it's like, oh man, gotta get that copper. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. 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 This cape got me feeling some kind of way. I'm feeling. I'm feeling for sure. Okay. And time to block the copper again. Don't want to pull out the ender chest yet. That's gonna be a future Quimby problem. I'm so worried about gravel. But it's fine. It's totally fine. Totally 100% completely fine. I'll go up that way later. Let's follow this way, because this has more obviously available resources. Just checking on the light again, and yep, this needs a bit more light to be safe. Doop, 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 doop. Okay. The passageway has been lit up. We're good. We're good, we're good, we're good. So where's... there it is. It's like, I know there's copper somewhere. It was right here. Oh, there's some coal too. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Okay. Let's replace this my sword with this right now. Don't really need the sword. But I do need blocks. Okay, let's just drop that on the ground and go for it later. Oh boy. Oh, it's just like, yeah, a little copper vein, and then it just keeps on going. isn't. Yeah, I should play Stardew Valley someday. It seems like a sort of game that I'd enjoy. Definitely sounds like a Quimby game. AKA a game that Quimby would play. Okay, so that's that direction. Now we go further this way, I believe. Oh, ripped my inventory. I should also put my wings away while I'm underground. Actually, let's take care of some things right now with that. Just better prepare myself for this. Okay, let's put some of that away, and let's also put some of that away. So let's put those in, clear up some space, get ready for that. And then let's also drop off some more blocks of raw copper. It's kind of fun having a like known purpose for copper, other than like just smelting it for XP. It's like, wow, there's all these resources that I'm collecting. They are actually nice now, you know? I don't have to feel bad about it. I don't have to feel like I'm just feeding my crippling addiction, which I definitely am feeding my crippling copper addiction. But this time it's productive. I'm building something with it. Something useless and not worth the effort for sure, but something. It's being built by me with the copper. I can also look at the amount of copper that I have and say, wow, that's not a lot, because I need over 2 million individual copper ingots. And so then, you know, if I need that much, then a few stacks of it isn't actually that much. This is just me, again, feeding all of my little gremlin tendencies and justifying the heck out of it. I am now thinking, like, if I want to do this with every precious resource, which first I do have to finish the copper one first. That's gonna be a rule, is that I can't start on a new. Okay, there we are. I can't start on a new one until I finish the old one. So then I'm not just wasting all the resources. I think emerald. And doing an emerald block is definitely still going to be like the hardest, because emeralds are hard to get. Actually, no, it might not be. Diamond might be the hardest, actually. Diamond might be the hardest, because I'd have to mine all of that. And that's over 2 million individual diamonds. And that's rough. That's rough, buddy. Mob noises. I love hearing mob noises and not knowing where it's coming from. One of my favorite ways to be, for sure. Especially when they sound decently close. I mean, and theoretically, there probably are a lot of diamonds in this world, and especially if I use fortune on them. I think it would be nigh on impossible, so I don't recommend that. I mean, maybe I build a smaller block of that. You know? Maybe I just build a 9x9 of that one. Actually, that could be interesting, is I scale the size of it by how available the resources are. So for things like copper, iron, gold, etc., I could probably, like, it'd take work, but I could probably get a full 64x64x64 for all of them. But for things like diamonds, netherite, maybe even emerald, although emerald actually I don't think is as hard to get as I've been thinking it would be. Size by abundance, it's cool. Yeah. The question is if I'd make them all in the same sort of similar place, or if I'd spread them all out. I kind of like the idea of building them in the same spot, just having my like mountains of resources. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. But yeah, just I like the idea of this as a little long-term project. A little, you know, I'm gonna be around for a while. I may as well find something to do for myself. I'm gonna need to make an ender chest stop soon. Because I've got 2 full stacks of copper blocks. So cool, cool, love that. Cool, cool, cool. Ore henge. Oh my gosh, ore henge. I'm just like, yeah, this is my massive pile of resource blocks. The question is if I'd ever like have to mine any of it. Like, can you imagine I do something and it's like, I just need iron blocks for this, and I don't, I'm not patient enough to like to get more. I'm gonna have to mine it. Maybe. Okay, so one of my big questions about this whole thing actually is if the copper that's going to be on the inside is going to oxidize. That's one of the things I'm doing a little bit of scientific testing with. Is the way that the inside copper will react. So I wonder if eventually I'll be using the giant copper as like an oxidization tool, where I'll take new copper blocks to replace the old copper blocks, but when I need oxidized blocks, I'll just go mine them. I think it could be interesting. I think that could be a fun little system. I built my own build mart in my hardcore world. The build was insane. This build was insane. Stick around to the end of the video to see how it turns out. Gosh, I just build like little wells of every resource. Again, 'twould be fun. I left my crafting table downstairs. Okay, I'm definitely gonna need to ender chest soon. I've got a lot of raw copper blocks. Whee! Yeah, okay, it's gonna be ender chest time. I definitely don't have the food for this. That's all. I definitely don't have the food for this endeavor. I'm down to 16 steak. So that's cool. 2, 3, 4. It's amazing how much copper you can collect when you're looking for copper. And not just, you know, picking up it as a byproduct of other things. I built my own build mart in my hardcore world. Stick around to the end to see how it turns out. That'd be funny. I'm gonna be honest. I've got a controversial opinion here. Build mart gets a bad rap in MCC. Now, I would like to disclaim this statement by saying I'm not saying that it gets a bad rap about the whole not necessarily being the most colorblind friendly game thing, because that is a fair and valid criticism that I think I wish there was a better workaround for, and I hope that someday there will be. Like I hope they figure something out with that. But at the same time, you know, I feel like Build Mart is just much better than it gets credit for being. I think that everyone dislikes Build Mart because it's like a building game, and that is slow paced and is often not as fun to like watch. But I don't know, I feel like I like it personally. I think it's fun. I like seeing, you know, the teamwork and the way that people do things. Speaking, hi! Hello! Welcome to the stream. I'm talking about Build Mart in MCC and how I think it's a better game than most people give it credit for being. Probably just because I personally like watching it. I'm a sucker for any of the games that involve like teamwork and communication, which is most of the games, to be fair, but in a non-PvP setting, I guess, is how I feel about that. I like teamwork and cooperation in non-PvP settings, because PvP settings are cool, but also there's a lot of them. But yes, hi. I'm also collecting massive amounts of copper because I've started building a massive block of copper blocks. A 64 by 64 by 64 copper block. And so that means that I need to fund that. I need to have enough copper for that to happen. And it's going. Wait, do you know what MCC or Build Mart is? Oh, cool, cool, cool. MCC, it's Minecraft Championship. It's like it's like a little tournament for Minecraft. Build Mart is a game where players have to like build, like copy builds, and they have to go get the materials and supplies for it. And I think it's fun, but a lot of people don't like it. Ew, look at all of this iron I'm also getting. I have 20 raw iron. That's impressive. That's objectively not a lot of iron, but like, hey, I'll take it. But yeah, gosh, I wish I could show you the frame of the copper block that I'm making, because it is absolutely ginormous. It's going to take so much work. It is a long-term project. It is something that I will continuously be like getting back to as I have more resources. I'm just going for it right now because I want to. But yeah, oh, there's some copper there. I'm gonna need to deal with that. And I also discovered that this cave that I went in is much larger than I originally thought it was, which creates some problems for me. Like, it's mostly good because I can get more resources out of it. Digging the Stardew Valley soundtrack? Me too. I've been coming back to a lot recently because it's just vibes. I want to play Stardew Valley at some point. Like, I don't think right now, because I'm obviously busy. Oh, and now I need to put some blocks of coal away. But at some point I want to do Stardew Valley. I'll do it the next time I pull out my ender chest to put copper away. Oof. Oof. This is so much copper. I'm really testing the limits of that whole copper is like the most common ore thing. And it's the limits are holding up. I'm testing the limits, but oh boy, are they holding up. I'm so surprised that there we are. I was like, I'm so surprised that that gravel hasn't fallen yet. And then it did. So all is well in the world. There's so much copper. There's so much copper. There's so much copper. Here we go. Copper block. Cool. Let's just go pick up the rest of the copper. There's so much copper. Yeah, I just think that people should get good at Build Mart. That's all. Obviously, again, the colorblind criticisms are fair and valid and reasonable, but like, for the most part, I feel like people could just get good. They could just simply get better at that, and then it's not a problem. That's my advice for a lot of things. I feel like many problems in our life and society would be solved if people would just simply get good. I think it frustrates a lot of people who focus more on parkour and PvP. Well, see, yeah, and I understand that, like, the majority of MCC competitors do focus on parkour and PvP because that's just, like, how it is. But at its core, like, Minecraft has a huge building element, and I understand if that's not something that if people would prefer to focus on, like, the PvP or parkour aspects. But like in a Minecraft championship, it makes sense that there would be something to do with building, because you do build in Minecraft, and I think that yes, the game itself is a little slower and maybe frustrating for people who that isn't their playstyle, but also for people like for competitors who play Minecraft but aren't focused on like the the PvP and parkour aspects, it's probably pretty nice to have something that like actually plays to their strength. That's all. I do think Minecraft has more to it than that, yeah. Like gathering, not naming any names, but yeah, no, I think I know who you're talking about. Gathering resources, building, fighting, gaining exorbitant amounts of wealth. Exactly. Like, I guess in a tournament setting, it does make sense that most of the games focus on parkour, PvP, movement, etc. But like, but the building, but you're mining and crafting and building, right? A lot of the mining and crafting is for use of building. I think it just makes sense. But, you know, I'm probably just bitter because people don't like it and I think it's fun. Okay, so there is more cave up there. I should probably check that out at some point. There's also more resources over here. But at the same time, I have gotten a ton of copper blocks. So maybe it's time I head back to the surface and smelt some of them. Also, this is just looking very intimidating the further I go. Like, oof. It's like the further down I go, I'm like, oh no, I gotta go further. Like, okay, that's kind of nice that that stops there. Boop. Chat, okay, okay, one thing that I should remember to try to do today, bee farm. Bee farm, chat, bee farm. I finally looked up how to do a bee farm. I finally put some effort into that. Yeah, bees. It's about the bees. In fact, maybe we should head to the surface right now so that I can do a little bee farm building. Doop, 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 doop. And it's a pretty simple design too, but very effective. I found this series on YouTube called Minecraft Elegance by Annex04, and that's also the guy who made the build that I want to do for my ocean monument. And all of the builds in the series are just super easy, like, oh, there's copper up there. Super easy, like, not intense builds that are absolutely cracked. Like, cracked out of the craft kind of deal. Okay, let's do that, and then stop and block this copper. Okay. Copper. Block a raw copper. Okay, maybe it's surface time soon. Cause yeah. But there is copper up there, but there's also gravel up there. Let's just leave it. I'm gonna find my way back. That sounds intriguing. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I've been here before. What? You know what? I'm lost. I'm very, very lost. I assume torch is on the right here, so this is going backward. Oh, hello. Did you drop gunpowder? Yes. I need gunpowder desperately. This feels like a section that I covered up for my spawner, for my zombie spawner. I feel like I remember this. This is not a good place to be. I should find my way out of here post-haste. Cool. How do I get out of here? That's not the way back. What is the way back? That's not the way back. Oh no, I'm lost. Oh no, I'm lost. Okay, torch on the left. Right, that's promising. Alright, alright, alright. Okay, I remember this. That's sketch as. Torches. Just gonna stand here in the middle of this dark hallway, having to click on things multiple times because my left click is broken. Okay, I can mine this out. I can mine this out. This is a nice little spot. Doop, 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 doop. Like, aw, and see, there's resources here. I gotta get the resources. I'm a resource gremlin. It's in my code of conduct. I gotta. I just gotta. Wow, look at this go. Wow. Wow. Boop. And time to block the copper. Wow. That's great. I've got so much copper now. So much copper. Okay, I gotta get out of here before I do more. Okay, I'm pretty sure I go this way. And then I navigate my way through all these spines. Oh, and I do not see a left-facing torch anywhere. Except, what's up here? That's a left-facing torch. Oh, we're back! Oh, I know where I am. This is fantastic news. Okay, sleep. Okay, no sleep. I just had to check if it was sleep time, but it's not. It's not sleep time. Okay. Oh, I was so worried, but it's fine. I was so worried, but it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. I don't understand why you would say that it wasn't fine. I found my way out. We're good. Oof. Chat, one day I'll get good at navigation and stuff. One day. One day I will. But admittedly not today. Yo, it's raining. I kind of want to elytra my way back. So let's drop off some things to make some inventory space. I'll keep the dripstone blocks because you never know when a dripstone block is going to be valuable. And my tool chest. I've got my wings and my rockets. And now I need to be able to pick this up. Like that. There we go. Whew. Got him. And see, that just makes the return journey so much easier. That makes the return journey very nice. Boop. Okay. Let's put some things away, get started on smelting this copper, and then get started on building this bee farm. Okay, so first things first, picked up a little bit of extra gunpowder and some dripstone. Where's my dripstone box? There we are, dripstone box. And the raw iron can also get put away. I'm not going to smelt it quite yet. And also that extra 4 blocks of coal. That's a good thing to put away. And let's get started on this. I did leave this smelting, so I'm gonna need to replace these. Boop, boop, and boop. Then boop, doop, doop, doop. And that's almost it for now. Let's get some copper blocks going to clear up some inventory space for more copper. Rip. 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 me in particular. Copper blocks. And okay, I've picked up everything else. We're good, we're good. Whew. Coal block. Then doop. And let me pick this up, please. My left click is so broken, chat. My left click is so broken. It's fine, but my left click is so broken. And here we are. Alright, we've got the copper merely smelting away. I've got some more copper blocks, so all the copper blocks are gonna get put back in the copper barrel. I'm only gonna go out to you know, do my whole thing when I've got a lot of copper, because it doesn't make sense to do it otherwise. Cool. Let's just... okay. Now I could stand here for a while and babysit this, but I actually do need to make some things. So I need, I believe it was 8 hoppers, so that's 16 logs worth of planks. Oh, except I've actually got... oh, hold on. 20, this makes... this is gonna make 2 chests, so... 2.5. So that means I need 4.5. Which is 4 times 2, 8, 10? I need 10. I'm pretty sure. I needed 1 more. I needed 11. Then let's absolutely destroy my iron supply. Yep, so 8 hoppers. Then I need to make some droppers. How do you make a dropper? Redstone and cobblestone. Cool. Let's actually go through and do this a little bit, because I do need to remember to be replenishing this so that I can make the most of my resources. If I'm gonna be smelting all things, it's probably a good idea to remember to not waste fuel. Oh, I leveled up. Oh my gosh, this is so crazy. Okay. Blocks of copper. And then we'll go get the supplies that I need to make 8 droppers. It's such an elegant design. Do you think it's the mouse? Do you think what's the mouse? I'm trying to think of what would I say that could be the mouse? Lots of things are probably the mouse. Let's just say that. So I need probably, okay, so stack will be good here, and I just need some redstone. I'm pretty sure I left all of my regular redstone somewhere, so let's just mine some more. So I typed that with the left click issue. Oh. Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, it's almost certainly the mouse. Okay, I need 8 droppers. And I also need a, oh, what's the other one I need? I need 8 droppers, and I need 8, dispensers. I need 8 dispensers. How do you make a dispenser? Ooh, okay, so I'm going to need some bows for this. Oh, I was just down at the skeleton spawner. I could have picked up 8 bows from there. Maybe I still will. These are probably fine to leave on their own. So let's just drop the copper off here, and it's just going to be a quick trip, chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I do have the inventory space I need for this. So we good. We good. I know I was out late enough for mobs to spawn. I do not care. I'm just going. Okay. Let's just dive bomb into the water. I like dive bombing into the water. It's fun. Hi, Asphyx. Use my overheating laptop as a popsicle melter. That's certainly one of the uses for an overheating laptop. You know, I applaud the creativity. Oh, hi, Stratic. Hey, I love that little dancy fella. The little dancy friend. Yeah, the Ellis Dancy. Just dancing. Just vibing. I'm currently in the process of making a bee farm, actually. Which is exciting news because I never make farms, like, ever. I just sort of don't. So I'm actually doing it! Woo! Sorry, I thought I'd seen some copper that I left here, but I don't think I left any copper in this space. I need 8 bows. So, I know I've got, here we are. I was gonna say, I knew I had some bows in here somewhere. And I surely do have some bows in here. So, yep, we good. I need to make some dispensers, so. You know. You know how it be. I do think it's funny that when I broke those redstone ores, I got the exact amount of redstone that I need for this. That's just fun. I think, okay. I think this might be a project I can build from memory, but I might need to pull the tutorial up. It's really simple. This is a very, very simple thing. It's not, it's like a farm on the level that I can build, which is kind of crazy because I cannot build farms ever whatsoever. I'm so bad at it. Touch landing. Okay. And I do need to pick up a bit more cobblestone. And dispenser. And I need to do this 8 times because bows are non-stackable items. So I need to just click on it every single time. Alright, so we've got 8 dispensers, 8 droppers, and 8 hoppers. And that's the basis of what we need. We also need some building blocks, and some walls, if I remember correctly. We also need some beehives. That's going to be a future Quimby issue. I want some andesite. Andesite is my building block, so yeah, some polished andesite. Oh, thanks for the honk, Asphyx. I appreciate it. I love a good honk moment. Just goes, honk, I am Goose. Yo! Goose moment. Goose pog. I love geese. I love geese. Geese are so good. Okay, did I pick up one too many bows? I picked up one too many bows. That's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna... This is the wrong barrels. I want the barrels over here. Just gonna drop it off in my equipment locker. Cool. Okay. Then bows, arrows... okay, walls. I want some polished andesite walls. I can probably make that with the polished andesite that I've got here and the, and the stone cutter I carry around. You can't make polished andesite walls? Did I tell you from my whole Twitch layout over there to be goose themed? Yo. It's not a knife, it's a letter opener? You didn't tell me that, but I love that for you. Geese are surely some of the creatures ever. And you know, I personally think they're terrifying, but I applaud your decision to join their ranks. Cause you know what they say, like find the most dangerous kid on the playground and beat him up is how you get people to leave you alone. So if you just beat up, you know, if you are a goose, then no one will mess with you. Okay, I am going to need some beehives. I do have some honeycomb on hand and some wood. I'm gonna need more bees. Should probably pick up some flowers. I am gonna need 8 beehives, aren't I? I am gonna need 8 beehives and all of the bees to fill them. This is exactly where I'm at. Okay, cool. That probably shouldn't be a future Quimby issue. That should probably be like a present day Quimby issue. Thanks for calling us terrifying. That's right. Us. Hey! Yeah, full goose moment. Full goose vibes. Yeah, no, if you are a goose, then that does mean that I am, like, officially terrified of you, which, congratulations. That's pretty neat and pog. I think, do I remember how to build the basic, like, bee breeder that I saw? I don't know, future Quimby things. Or present Quimby things, kind of, actually, because I am on my way, on my way to find a remedy for that issue. Just gonna go pick up some flowers and steal some bees. Okay. I'm taking dandelions because dandelions are not my most favorite flower in the world, but in all honesty I should probably actually be taking poppies because those are the most renewable flowers. So I will actually be taking poppies. You're a cult. I am lead. Well, congratulations on successfully forming a cult. You know, I'm no stranger to cults myself. I like to form one every once in a while and see what I can do with it. So, Pog, congrats. That's pretty neat. 8 bees, it's 8 hives, 24 bees, 48 flowers. Oh boy. I'm going to absolutely decimate the poppy population. Poppy population. Doop 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 doop. Cool. Orange. Yes, Mr. Malouk, you yourself are a member of the Orange Cult, right? I remember that well. The Orange Cult. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Don't worry about the Orange Cult. There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing, absolutely. It's just completely wholesome and definitely only about oranges. I've got 22 flowers, so that's like 11 bees. Chat, I'm gonna need, I'm gonna need, you know? Gonna need. I'm surely gonna need. I could build the bee breeder. I could do it. I could remember how to do it and then just and then just bees, you know? I could do that. Okay, I've got 26. That'll make 13 bees. I really just need 4 necessarily to start. So if I could get 12 bees, that would be great. Or not 12, 16 bees. Man, I'm encountering all sorts of issues here. Okay, that's 30, which is 15 bees. I just need 2 more flowers just to start. This is a start, chat. It's a start. I will do more later. Just let me sleep. Come on. Just give me this. Please, just give me this. Okay. Or alternatively, I could just go, like, breed some bees and then, like, pick up their hives at night. I am planning on building my, my bee farm close to my other bees, because I think that that's just an okay thing to do. Because then I can have my aesthetic bees and then I can have my working bees, right? That's kind of my thing that I'm going for recently, is have aesthetic thing and have working thing. There's my hive. Alright, hive, it's time to figure some things out. Pew, egg. So, I need bees. I need a whole ton of bees. And I need to be able to pick them up. Hey, bee. Let's, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna breed some bees, and I'm gonna have a bee box here, and I'm going to pick it up when I feel like it's ready. Boop. Boop. Okay, and you and you. That should get 2 baby bees. You and you. And you and you. So that's an amount of baby bees. That should be enough that some of the bees are gonna have to go into this hive over here. And then I'll just I'll just pick them up later with that. But while that's happening, I can get started on the construction of the rest of my hive. So I do actually no, wrong button. I do need to build this inside one chunk. So we're gonna find a nice little chunk to build in. I could build it like in this chunk. This is a pretty decent chunk. I might have to flatten it though, which is not ideal. Actually, no, wait. Okay, wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I could build it here. I could build it here. Okay, I do need to clear some space. Okay, so droppers. I do like, okay. Chat, ready? Big brain time, big brain time, big brain time. Then, sorry, I'm gonna move this Azure Bluet because I just move it. This one's also gonna have to get moved. Okay. There's my droppers. Alright. And then hoppers connecting them going clockwise. I'm so good at remembering things. So we've got that, and then after that we've got the dispensers, and we place them here. This is also going to be going clockwise. I'm so good at remembering. And then this is a system that will continuously pass things through it, right? Shirtsoon, hi! Why are they called Azure Bluets if they're white? You know, that's a great question. But yeah, it's good to see you here. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Shardspoon. Yes, okay. We've got that. And then I do need hives now, I'm pretty sure. Wait, actually, first things first, I need walls on top of this. Okay, then I break these blocks. Nope, not that block. Oh, hey friend. What you doing over here? This is not a great spot for you to be in. What you doing, buddy? What you doing? You good? You good? Can you not get over the wall? Wow, that was surely an experience. Okay, so now, if I've done this correctly, this should be a system. So, droppers have things go up into the dispenser. The dispenser puts over, and then it goes down into the hopper. Do I have a lever on hand? I can just make a lever. I wanna show you guys how this is supposed to work. Thanks for the poop, Shardspoon. I think one of the corners is facing the wrong way. You are correct about that. Hold up. Where did it go? Where did it go? There we are. No. There we are. Yeah. Good call, Sherstone. Good call. Just making sure. Yep, everything else is facing the correct way. Okay, so now I just need to get bee boxes. And place them all going in this way. I also need to place flowers down there. Let's actually use these azure bluets because aesthetic. Okay. I'm pretty sure all I really need now is bee boxes there, and then I do need some temporary blocks here. Now that I've got flowers placed inside. Let's see if I can get more bees bred so that theoretically when nighttime comes, more of them will be ready to go in new hives. Can I just get some bees out here, please? No, that was a bee. Oh heck, I had just like the perfect amount of flowers for nope, those are all baby bees. I've got the wrong number of flowers now. Oh gosh, it's so hard to tell which ones are the adults. I'll just pick up more flowers for the bees later. You know, I'll just do that in a sec. For now, I'm going to get another box set up so that, you know, theoretically I'll have the right number of bees. Okay. That was a lot of baby bees though, so I think it's safe to assume bee bread. Yeah, bees. I think it's safe to assume I probably got somewhat enough for these boxes. Let me actually go grab some more dandelions while I'm thinking about it. Dandelions I'm alright with sacrificing. Yes, I've chunk border stone. It was for a good cause. I could probably take it down now, but no. Okay. Oh, I need some redstone for this and some other redstone things. I need to build a clock. This is the part that I might need to pull up the tutorial for. Because redstone. So I know that this is the correct thing. I just need to know what I do next with it. Okay, hold up. I think this is a pull up the tutorial mode. Where is my phone? Where did I put it? It's not in, oh, it's in my wrong pocket. Okay. We good. Alright, so in case you're wondering, that this build was made by Annex04. It's from his Minecraft Elegance series, and it's really, really good. So, you know, very, if you want like any, if you need anything built, this is a good option to go for. Okay, then I need, cool. Okay, I can't just put glass above the hoppers if I'm not gonna have bees in them. Bees on it yet, and then, okay, redstone on things. I need to make, okay, I need some redstone things. I really need some redstone things. But I should probably pick up a beehive or two. Can you guys find the beehives? Let's just set another hive out for them so that they can go in. Can you guys find your way to here? Will you be mad if I destroy this? No, okay. Look, a hive. Go in the hive, friends. Ooh, I need to sleep, but you know what? I'm not gonna worry about it. Let's pick these up. I don't know if there's bees in them, but there's monsters nearby. This is fun. And we sleep. Don't get too close, don't get too close, don't get too close. We got him. Okay, so I don't know if there's any bees in my bee boxes. But actually, they're set up. They're in a different spot. So I'd assume there's at least one bee. I'd assume that there's at least one bee in these because I can't stack them anymore. So I think it's safe to assume that there's bees in there. But wait, why do I have 3 then? I didn't set 3 out, did I? Good question, Quimby. Good question. I could set this up in a separate area and then come back to it and see if there's, and then see if any bees come out of the hives, and then when the bees are in the hives, pick it up again. Okay. Well, I'm doing great with all of this. Let's just, I don't know if they need to be set like 1 block up, but okay, so there's at least 1 bee there. That's a baby bee, which is fine. Let me see if I can lure at least 1 other bee over here, or maybe instead let's also drop this hive out. No, not that. Okay, there's another baby bee there. Oh no, that is a baby bee. So it looks like I've got a baby bee in both of these hives. I could probably just get rid of one of them so that they both have to go into the same hive. Bee would probably get mad at me, but that would be alright. I could distract with flowers probably. Let's test this last one out also. This box doesn't seem to have anything in it, so I don't know why it's being held separately. That's strange. Maybe once they've been placed, they just have to be held separately. I could see that making sense. I could definitely see that making sense. Anyway, let's go feed some more flowers to some bees so that I can increase my hive populations again. Boop. 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 Let's find another adult bee. There we are. Okay. And yeah, let's leave that there for now. Let's drop another beehive on top of here just in case. And go check out these bees over here again. Let's see if we can figure something out. I'd like to consolidate them into 1 hive. Pew! Okay, can I, while that bee's not looking, just... Yes, I can. Cool, good to know. So now theoretically that bee should be going into this hive too, so now I'll have at least 2 bees in that hive, for sure. Okay, while they're doing that, let me go figure out some redstone. I need to make, what are they called? Comparators? They might be called comparators. Any chance I can get another BBB out of you two? Ah, that one isn't ready for love. Okay, there we are. And that'll get another BBB. Okay. got lots of baby bees. Let's set this up also so that... actually no, having 2 hives down is probably fine. Chat, we're doing so good. We're doing so good. This is definitely all under control. Oh, I should turn off chunk borders now. I should turn off chunk borders, it's fine. I've got everything built within 1 chunk, which is really all that I needed. Okay. Redstone time. I know I've got redstone blocks, but I'd really just rather mine my own. Doop, 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 doop. Okay. So then, how do I make a comparator? I need nether quartz and 3 redstone torches. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. Cool. I'm pretty sure I have some quartz. Yeah, okay, so I have quartz. I just need to make redstone torches. That's not a ton, but you know, it's enough to start. Doop, doop, doop. So I've got 3 comparators there. Now I just need more sticks to make redstone torches. I've got some sticks just hanging around here, luckily enough, so let's just turn this whole bit of redstone into torches. I probably don't need that many, but may as well. Especially because I don't have the stone for it. Okay, 6. I need at least 10, actually, so this is not an inappropriate number of redstone torches. Let's grab some more stone from my boxes. Doop. Okay, rip to my inventory. I'm pretty sure I don't need the polished andesite anymore, so that can go away. Cobblestone can also go away. And the rotten flesh and seeds can go away. Seeds actually can just get yeeted. Okay. This is not going to be enough, but it'll be mostly enough for my purposes at the moment. I need more redstone. Doop, okay. I've got 19. 19 is probably enough for now. For now. I'm pretty sure I'll need more later, but for now it's alright. Doop, 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 doop. Let's just hope everything's going well with my beehive efforts. I'm still rather lost on that, so it's fine. It's fine. No problems here. Let's just see if we can get any more baby bees hanging around. Sorry, doop and doop. There we are. I'm not gonna feed any flowers to the baby bees. Sure, it'd be great if they grew up, but it's probably fine. Okay, so, ooh, I need to actually empty this bee box of honey because you can't have them start with honey. That interferes with the redstone signal. Hold on, I need some bottles. My inventory's a mess, don't worry about it. This will all be fine, eventually. Yep, we're doing great. We're doing so good. I should also probably have some glass on hand to cover up the hoppers that aren't going to be used at first, but I just have no inventory space for anything. So that's cool. Let's start with bottles, because that's important. I can consolidate to one type of flower, and I can place my redstone comparators so that I don't need to worry about them. Huh. You know, I love that this is probably like the simplest bee way to build an effective bee farm, and I'm still just like I'm just scrambling so much for it. Let's see if I can get rid of all of my dandelions. And I just need 2 more. 2 more adult bees. You and... That's a baby. No. You. Okay, there. That gives me some inventory space. Okay. Yeah, I just need to have that. Let's go pick up the bee box over here that had the 2 bees in it. Because that is gonna be important to have. Also need to empty this one. Oh, I forgot that I didn't have a campfire that one. Whoops. Don't worry about me, friends. I've got flowers. I've got flowers, see? Look, flowers. It's so pretty. They're so pretty. You love flowers. We love flowers here. Don't worry about it. Come back to your box. Wait, yeah, no, come back to your box. It's almost nighttime. I need to pick you guys up. Not too worried about the poison. They can't hurt me that bad. Come along, friends. Look, it's your box. It's your box. Oh my gosh, it's your box. What's this for? I'm building a bee farm. Go in the box. Come on. Oh, come on. It's getting late. Go in the box. It's getting late. Go in the box. What are you two doing? Okay, Emily. I can't worry about them too much right now. Just, oh my gosh. It's nighttime. It's literally nighttime. Mobs are going to be spawning. I should really have, like, torches up in this area. Ugh. Oh boy. Okay, alright, well. Gonna pick that box up. Yep, and there goes a zombie. Okay. I'm going back to my house. And I'm sleeping. And that's what's gonna be. And in the morning, maybe I'll light this area up so that I don't have to worry about mobs as much. But for right now, I'm going back to my house and I'm sleeping. Basically, I always do that. Okay. It's fine. It's fine, whatever. Essentially, I just need a lot of honey blocks for things in general. So, I am building a bee farm. I'm building a farm for those bees. I can probably put the quartz away, honestly. The next time I'm going to need to make comparators is just a little bit off, so... Is this the beehive? Yeah, okay, that's the beehive that I picked up yesterday. It's fine. We're good. It's whatever. Don't even worry about it. It's fine. Don't even worry about it. What? Get out of my house! Of course it dropped gunpowder, which ordinarily I would want. Ah! I've made such a mess of this. It made such a mess of this simple little process. It's fine. Oh, thanks to the exclamation mark, Starred Spoon. Yep. We're doing great. Is there anything else I don't need at the moment? I can drop off the redstone torches. This isn't my redstone box, but it'll do for now. It'll do. It'll be fine. It'll do well enough. Okay. And it's raining. On one hand, that's good because the bees are gonna go in the boxes. On the other hand, rip. Here, let's actually get rid of that bone. And then set up another hive so that I can get more bees in it theoretically. Because there's some bees that don't have a hive that they can go in. So now they can go in that one. Let me just check. Friend, there is a hive you can go in. See, they're learning. They're learning. There's a hive just right over here that you can go in. Oof. I don't know if there's any bees in this one, but we can probably at the very least pick up the other one. Assuming that is that the baby bees ended up in it and haven't just like gone off on an adventure in the forest somewhere. I do wish there was a way to tell if there were bees in a hive. I feel like these two have bees. I'm pretty sure that those two have bees. So, actually, let's just go ahead and place them and figure it out later. Doop. Okay. I hear noises, so that is a good sign that there's probably bees in there. Okay, so I've got my 2 hives set up. I could get it to work with just this. I need to do some things first, but... Oh, but I do want to have all the hives before I place the redstone, because I'm going to need to put... sorry, before I place the comparators, because I'm going to need to... because then if I want to replace the block with something else, that's going to be rough. I could just steal these hives and just put new ones out later. That might be my simplest option. Maybe we just... Maybe we just steal some hives, you know? Just for fun. For fun and for profit. Okay, there's 1. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4, and I need 2 more. Let's take this hive. I'm not sure if there's any bees in it, but I would assume that there's some bees in there. I'm making all kinds of assumptions here. Then I could take that last bee box. This one, actually this one I think I can assume that there's bees in. So that's good enough. Okay. Then let me just go place these other hives to, you know, to make up for my mistakes. Ta-da! It's fine. It's totally fine. So now that I've got that, I need to go in and counterclockwise place the comparators. It's not comparators! It's the other one! I do need comparators for something later. But, oh, what's the other one? The, what is it? I mean, this is fine. I need a repeater. This is fine because I do have a lot of redstone, and I can make more things with it if necessary, but, like, I can't believe I forgot that it wasn't comparators, it was repeaters. This is how you know I'm not a redstone person. I can't even remember the basic names of the materials that I'm using. I will use comparators for things eventually, though. Not to fear. Not to fear. This is... I'm going to use them eventually. Doop, doop, doop. Okay. It's redstone time. I've got some redstone on hand, but I probably need some more. Yep, 25 will probably do it. Let's just... Should I make the entire thing into torches? Let's make 14 torches. Because then I've got 2 more torches in a box over here. And I've got some stone on hand and... Yep, torches. Okay. It was redstone dust. That and then these. There we are. Okay. Now with my 8 redstone repeaters that I definitely remembered was what I needed and not anything else, we can go and put them out. Because again, I definitely for sure remembered the correct tool. I'm so good at this, chat. I'm so good at this. I'm doing such a good job. This is fantastic. This is amazing. We're doing phenomenal. Okay. And actually I want this side to be the start. No, I do want this side to be the start because this is yeah. 2, 3. Yeah, okay, just need 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm actually pretty sure I leave this one open so I didn't need that last repeater, but I'll probably need it for something else eventually. And now I need to make a redstone clock, I'm pretty sure. How does one make a redstone clock? Hold on, I'm pulling up the tutorial again. Again, it's by Annexa4. I don't know exactly how it's pronounced, but they're a really good farm maker. Okay. Okay. So, hold up. I did still need the polished andesite. Dang it! Okay. I just needed some building blocks. Okay. This is fine. This is fine. Again, like the simplest farm I could make. And of course it's getting messed up by just me being all over the place. See, this is what I need the comparators for. This is where I got confused. It's a simple comparator clock. I think your wheat farm's pretty good. Well, see, no, like, basic farm, yes. Automated farm, no. Oh, thank you for the boop, though. Okay, I should probably take that out. Okay, so that... Hold on. How do you make a redstone clock? Me learning basic redstoning. Okay, then... I need to raise the level of the ground here a little bit. Let's go steal some dirt. Let's just steal some dirt. Yep, stealing some dirt in the rain. This is how I wanted to spend my day. Honestly, stealing dirt in the rain isn't a bad idea. It is kind of fun. Just need enough to raise a little section. Okay. Let's just... Let's see if that'll do. Okay, so 1, 2, and then 3. Then I need another redstone torch here. Redstone torch. Then, again, this is where the comparators come in. I do one here, and then one here, and then I actually need a little bit more dirt that I will steal from this. And I take redstone, I do that, and then I need more redstone. Man, redstone is kind of expensive. Like, I don't usually use redstone for things, so I always have huge amounts of it laying around. But this one small thing has taken, like, so much redstone. So I guess if you actually use redstone, it's a bit of a precious resource. The things we're learning today. Hey, number 1, redstone has a reason for having so much of it per block. Okay, I'll just leave the door open for a little bit. Just need a little bit for this. Yeah. Huh. If I was making a larger project with like a ton of like droppers and repeaters and etc, like, man, I would just need a lot of redstone for that. Note to self, remember to mine redstone when you see it. Alright, I should also work on replenishing my bee population at some point, but... Okay, so I do redstone like that, and then I also do some coming towards the front. Yeah, so I've got my comparators, I've got my redstone dust, and then... Okay. And then... Oh. Wait, is that that? I think that's a redstone clock. With the signal that I want. I think that's it. Okay, so then I can also turn this on and off with use of this lever I've been carrying around. And that will stop the signal. Okay. Oh, chat, we are learning. We are learning so many things. Okay, cool, then at this point, I'm pretty sure we just, we do that. We do that. That one has less bees, but that's fine. I can get more bees in eventually. Just, okay. Then, now I need a collection system, which means I need another hopper. Let's do, oh hey chicken. Yeah, I just need the one hopper, so, we do that, and then... What am I looking for? Iron. Alright. We just do a simple little hopper there, and set it with honey bottles. Alright. And then I just put some regular bottles in here, and I turn it on. And that should... Yeah! So see chat, the idea behind this farm is that the dispensers, when they dispense a bottle through a beehive, if the beehive has honey in it, the bottle will become filled and then will drop into the hopper. However, if there's no honey, then the bottle will simply pass through the beehive and get sent into the hopper. So this carries around, so I don't need to have a ton of bottles in here because yeah. Because I don't. Because I don't need that. I kind of want to stick around to check that it works. Oh, did that? Hey, friend. Did you... Wait, what are you doing, buddy? Are you trying to get in at the flowers in here? Because I don't think that's a great plan. I want to stick around to make sure that it's at least somewhat working. I definitely think I could have more bees inside the actual hives themselves, so at some point I'll probably go through and just send a lot of flowers in. But... So I don't usually give up azure bluets, but you know what, in recognition for the sacrifices that these hives have made recently, once I get another adult bee out, I'm gonna sacrifice these azure bluets in respect and honor of the bees of these hives for, you know, for being so cool constantly and just, you know, being all around some cool fellas. Okay, let's just check. See it? See, it works. And then, okay. It's fun. It's fun, chat. It's fun. I should probably get some more bottles to send through it so that, you know, if things happen, if it uses up all the bottles, then I still have more. So let me just run back and make some bottles, but the farm works. And it's really a simple idea, and I hope it's within loaded chunks. I mean, usually while I'm in my house, I suppose it would be. But I'm going to spend some emeralds on getting glass from a librarian so that I don't have to smelt a ton of glass. Yep. Sweet. Yeah, it's such a simple farm idea. And again, it's something that like I can do and I can't do anything. Do neither of you have glass? It's usually them who has glass, right? Oh, is it someone else who has glass? Oh, it's someone else who has glass. It's not going to be cheap. I'm going to have to get more librarians down there. Glass trades are really, really nice. Oof. 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 Big rip. Big rip. Alright. I'm pretty sure my Silk Touch Librarian has glass. Which, oof. Yep, there we are. Let's just get a full complement. Then, not that. Yeah, there we are, there we are, there we are. Numbers. There we are. 48 glass bottles. Exactly what I wanted. 100%. Yep. Let's just go shove this into the beehive system so that I can get a good amount of honey. And we will just go from there. And then just every once in a while I need to stop by to empty it out. I can come back and make a more complicated honey bottle collection system. That one I'd have to review again. Like, gosh, I barely managed this. But let's just send some bottles through. And look, that's so much more efficient than anything that I was doing to collect bottles. Like, I was spending so much time on it, but this is just so easy. And the bees just take care of it. The bees just do it for me. I'm surprised I got this to work, to be quite perfectly frankly honest, but you know what they say? Bees. That is what they say. I do need to work on building up the population of my aesthetic beehives now, because they are in dire straits, but it's fine because my other bee farm is doing well. I think especially this middle section could use some more bees in it. There is a way to go through and breed more bees, which is very nice. Hey sheep. I should probably maybe enclose this or like spawn proof the area around it. In fact, actually, yeah, now that I think about it, let's just place some torches in this area so that if mobs spawn, there's no chance of like creepers showing up and blowing up. I didn't spend a ton of time on this, but I spent a lot of emotional time on it. And I don't want anything to mess with that. I'll come through eventually and light this whole area up with, you know, hidden light sources if I can, so that it's less of an obvious thing of just having torches all over the place. For now, that's a pretty sweet gig. I'm just watching. I'm just looking respectfully, chat. I'm just so like irrationally proud that I built something with redstone. I did a redstone thing. I did a redstone. Look at him go. Look at him go. So yeah, any given time, you can just, yeah. The bottles just do be passing through though. There's still, yeah, there's still a decent amount in there. It'll just pass them like one every time the signal goes, it passes it once through. Okay. That was good. That was a good time. I think we're gonna sleep and then probably end things there. But what did I tell you guys? I finally figured out beehives, and how to make an automatic system. And I'm very proud of that. And again, normally I'd build something like this underground to have it not be too obvious, but I don't think this is too bad a thing to have hanging around. Okay, yeah, we're probably just gonna end it there then. So let me go ahead and put you guys on the frog screen and pull up some jazz for us to listen to while I close things out. Thanks much for everyone who came today. I hope you had a decent time. I'm so proud that I actually built something redstone-y. Obviously I understand like nothing that goes into it, and I could not come up with that design on my own. Again, the design is from the Minecraft Elegance series by ENX04. or an X of hour. I don't know, the Minecraft Elegance series, which is very, very, very cool. But I will be back tomorrow. I stream Monday through Saturday, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Tomorrow will probably be a Portal day because it is a Thursday, and I usually do Portal on Thursdays and Fridays. Okay, but for now, let me go ahead and find someone to raid. Let's see. Thanks, I liked it. Oh, thanks, Shirtsman. Thanks for showing up. Let's send you guys out to Jojo. It's been a hot second since I raided him, and yeah. And so Jojo is very cool and is playing, he's playing The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, which is a fun game that I've never played, but like I've heard a lot about. And Jojo's just a cool streamer, so if you haven't followed him, please consider doing so, and sticking around. But here, let's get that raid started. Yeah, again, I'll be back tomorrow. I'm still trying to find a way to work into my little spiel that Mondays are late night streams, but that's not super relevant now. Monday through Saturday starting at 1 p.m. Eastern time, except Mondays, which are late night streams. Maybe. But yeah, go have fun with Jojo, everyone, and have a great rest of your day. Okay, thanks. Bye.